Welcome to the threesome, y'all. This is the podcast where the three of us are just glad that we got through another hectic week.
Indeed.
Survivor.
I'm not going. Well, sorry. Anyway,
Soul Plane was a classic. Anyway.
If this is your first time finding us, welcome. We are so glad you're here. If you are back for more of all of this fabulousness, we thank you, and you are the real MVP. So, the sultry voice you shall soon hear is our point person and optimistic realist. She is called Star.
Thinking of a master plan.
Amen. The sweat inside my hand. Right. And the dulcet baritone belongs to our man in the middle, our voice of reason. He's called Magic.
You got it.
Glamorous life.
And bringing up the rear, as always, I, of course, identify as the pragmatic contrarian of the group. And I am called Storm.
You and your timing. Yes.
Merci.
Don't you forget
You
it.
have been practicing.
No, I really haven't.
So does anyone have any foreplay this week?
No, not really.
No? Nothing's going on?
No.
Oh, I did want to mention to those who care, because I think only one person reached out to me about it. Oh, I should probably turn my...
We just got all kind of sound effects going on.
Lord.
I know, right?
And yours, I promise you it's on a timer. And it's not like we broadcast every week. So it's like every time, they're like, your phone is like, oh, they doing a show.
Exactly.
If only you could turn the ringer off.
But for those who care, and one person reached out to me about it. Yes, the previous podcast was posted late this week, but
somebody actually cared,
right?
Thank them.
But it is posted. So
wonderful person, Hugh.
Go check it out.
I'll take 50% credit this time. I forgot to push send. My bad.
Yeah, but even after that happened, I got wrapped up in some life shit and just it slipped my mind. So,
but we care about y'all, really.
I mean, I do, but I mean, life be lifing sometimes, and you got a life right along with it. So,
can we just continue that phrase? Stuff be stuffing. Can we do that?
I mean, but it do.
No. Let's think of it. Stuff be stuffing. I don't know.
Who doesn't like a good stuffing?
Do not know. Got a couple of current events type topics.
Okay.
Because I don't know what's going on in the world today.
Well, neither do I. So homegirl that lied about being missing. You remember her? I can't remember her name.
The one
Um,
that was chasing a
re-
child on the side of the highway or something.
Something like that. Yeah, but
Yeah, I
she
remember
she
that one.
really disappeared because she was trying to punish her boyfriend or some
She was sick of
stupid
you
reason like
niggas.
that. Yeah, so she was sentenced this week.
Oh,
Um, yeah, so she got prison time, I believe.
Word? How much?
I'm trying to look it up because I don't remember. I read it in passing earlier in the week, and I probably should have made note of it.
Diddy out here dodging police and they locking up a sister for just needing a break.
Oh, we'll get to that in a minute.
Take that, take that, take that.
um, yeah, I don't know. I can't find it, but yeah, she was sentenced this week, so hopefully we can be done with that. Um,
The truth shall set you free.
right, and listen, if if your dude ain't treating you right, if you feel like he ain't treating you right, you can bounce like that. You ain't got to stay with him.
leave.
Can you still have
Say,
yourself committed?
well, I mean, I'm sure you can, but why would you go through all that hell when you can pack? I mean, I mean, or and if you don't want to pack your stuff, hell, pack his, pack somebody's. Um,
Right. Get out.
yeah, I mean, because some of y'all's solutions to issues are is just baffling to me. But whatever. So, I wasn't gonna bring. No, I'm not. I'm not going to talk about she who
Just
shall
go
not be
ahead.
named. She who shall
Well,
not
you
be
might as
named.
well.
She who shall not be named was fired this week, and she's been all over the internet begging for money. And you know, she gets a whole nope from me. Moving along.
OnlyFans is always an option.
Probably not. Probably ain't even an option.
If it's good
I
enough for
mean,
Rachel Dolezal.
Who's-
I am less offended by Rachel Dolezal than I am by this
Mhm.
trick. Honestly, like I
Is
would
it
give Rachel
Dolezal or
Dolezal,
Dolezal?
huh?
Is it Dolezal or Dolezal?
It has an
Who
E.
cares? Yeah, it has an E.
Hey,
But
hey,
I
hey,
would.
she put in work for the black community.
I'm telling you, I would give her my money long before I would give homegirl my money. Just like honestly, because at least I know she down with the cause, right? At least I know she likes black people. Okay, so
The chick you talk about is fairly sure that the white constituents might hand us some dough. Good luck.
well, I mean, good luck with that.
Auntie Ruckus with your
But
revitiligo.
yeah, she'll find out. She'll find out soon enough how much they don't like her.
Yeah.
So Lizzo,
Oh boy.
Free Lizzo.
so Lizzo has announced that she's quitting the limelight.
Okay.
She says that she is distressed about the lies being spread about her and the bullying that she receives over her appearance.
Mhm.
She feels disrespected. And she doesn't like that her character gets to be ripped apart by strangers. She said, "All I want to do is make music and make people happy and help the world be a little better than how I found it. But I'm starting to feel like the world doesn't want me in it." And so she said, "I quit." I'm assuming she means she's quitting the spotlight. I hope that's what she means because, got a little dark there.
Till the money runs
Uh,
out.
well, I mean,
Yeah, her ass caps will keep her pretty okay for a while. But um
yeah, but I mean, she don't have to be famous. I mean,
no, she don't. She can go get a regular job like Khalees did. Find something else to do.
well, right. I mean, there are
Khalees
plenty
getting a
of
lot of
people.
child support.
Khalees does get a
Well,
lot of child support, but she also gets a lot of money from her being a chef. She's a chef now, and she does really, really well.
well, there are plenty of celebrities that have stepped away from the limelight and um, are doing, regular non-famous jobs. She's got money. She can go to school. Um, I mean,
If it keeps her from being ass out at the Lakers game, do it. Helps your
You
mental,
don't
baby
feel much.
girl.
no, you know what?
Listen,
You know what? I hope she gets a regular ass job and then she still shows her ass at the Lakers game. Cause do what you want, lady.
Therefore, a Lakers ticket with a
Just
regular job.
just be happy. Well, when I say a regular job, I mean a regular non-famous job. I'm not saying that she gonna be slinging burgers. I'm saying that she could go get a job where she's making, six figures. We don't know what she might go do. So she
right?
might, in fact, be able to afford, Lakers tickets on her salary. But what I'm saying is, what she should do is whatever makes her happy. That's what she should do.
Find your peace,
Listen,
lady.
at the end of the day, here's where I sit with that, right? I feel like you should be able, as long as you're not hurting anybody, you should be able to do whatever you want. But
Agreed.
I also subscribe to the fact that if you're going to put yourself out there in a certain kind of way, even though people shouldn't say shit, you kind of almost gotta expect it. And
Yeah.
you have to be thick skin enough to be
Hmm.
able to take that kind of stuff. I do believe that sometimes people put themselves out there in a certain kind of way, and they think that they're ready for the reaction that people are going to give, and then they find out that they're not.
And that's what I was
Um,
gonna say. I think fame is a lot like parenthood. You
yes,
know what
you
I
think
mean?
you're ready
Like,
until you get in it.
that's what I'm saying. Like you think you know what it entails, but you don't really know
Until you get
until
in it.
you're chest deep in it. So
Mhm.
I think that has a lot to do with it.
You have to really be secure,
Yes.
an extremely secure, thick-skinned person to be in any kind of public limelight, because no matter what it is that you're doing these days, um, no matter what it is
Somebody
that
is
you're
waiting to
doing,
pick you apart.
somebody, it doesn't even matter how good it is. Somebody's
It
gonna
really
find
doesn't.
fault in it. Um, people just have shit to say. It's just gonna be what it is. Lord have
Yeah.
mercy. I'm
And
sorry.
people will throw out a bunch of negative shit just for the attention of it. We can't take that
Yeah.
Hmm.
stuff too
And then
serious.
there's that. But also, there is a there is a large sector of humanity, I was going to say of this country, but I think it's global, of people who hate to see somebody else happier than they are. Like
Yeah.
like like that irritates them. So,
Yeah.
God forbid they get up off their ass and make their dreams come true.
right.
Yeah.
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 So,
That's like
yeah.
what's my man's name? I normally don't even comment on this type of stuff, but the bridge that fell in Maryland, I immediately thought about you.
Oh my
Um,
goodness! And I was going to mention
It was
that
close.
another week, another bridge down. So,
um,
but
so I there was a video of the Baltimore mayor responding to a reporter
oh
asking
yeah,
a dumbass question about, any idea when they're going to have the bridge back up. First of all, stupid. This just
Fuck
happened. They
you.
haven't even, right. This just happened. They're dealing with, trying to
uh,
recover lives if they can. And his
uh,
response was perfect. Give me
yeah,
1 second. His response was absolutely freaking perfect. You understand what I'm saying? But instead of praising, his response and all of this other stuff, you had all this commentary at the bottom about he looks like he should be. Somebody was stupid enough to said, I'm European or I'm from Europe, wherever they said, and he was like, he looks like he should be a waiter at Burger King. I'm like, first of all, why you trying to throw shots? Like, know what you talking about? Burger Kings don't have waiters. Like, what are you talking about?
right.
Um,
First of all,
First of all, then there was another person that was like, wear more professional clothes. I said the bridge collapsed at 1:30 in the morning. I was like, they probably woke him up out of bed. What did you want him to do? Take a shower and put on a suit and tie first? I was like, you're ridiculous.
yeah, the
And
internet is exhausting.
I was like, you're ridiculous. But they had a lot of commentary about he's not professional looking. He looks like they just picked him out of high school. He's almost 40. Black people look good for a long time. Like, shut up.
Age don't
Like
Right.
age.
he'll literally be 40. He'll literally be 40 like within the next week and a half. Like, shut up. He's not a kid. Like, what are you talking about?
And even if he was, so what? You mad at him for being mayor because you can't? I
And-
mean,
and
just, I mean, you know what
Baltimore,
y'all would be a lot
Baltimore,
happier in your own lives if you would just find it in your hearts to be happier for other people. You know what I mean? Like, just stop being miserable motherfucking people. How about that?
and not only that, I feel like if you don't feel like you can be happy for other people, you may be happier if you focus a whole lot of that negative energy that you spew out onto other people and focus it on yourself and doing whatever it is that makes you smile. Like, you don't have to necessarily cheer people on, you understand?
Right.
But just be
Right.
a more pleasant, better person in
Well,
general.
well,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, just release get rid of the negativity from your mind, and then you won't be as miserable. You won't
yeah,
be as miserable a human being.
negativity, hatred, all that. Let it go.
Bust a nut.
Right. Get you
Well,
some.
yeah, or bust one alone. I mean, that might help you too.
I was implying that, but miserable people tend to stumble upon sex at a way higher rate than they should.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for some people that it's that human contact that's needed. It's the release and the human contact that's needed. So
Yeah,
get you
but if you're a miserable human being, people aren't going to want to be around you.
you'd be surprised.
So you're blocking your own
Yeah.
blessings.
Nothing
Yeah.
like I hate myself sex.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all.
Right.
Anyway, I guess we really
Um
won't be talking you on any more bridges for a while.
I look out for boats a little with a little bit more intent now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy. Somebody posted a video over in Turkey where um the video's perspective was out of a back window, and there was like a cargo ship or something that was docking, and I don't know what happened, but it was apparently a shipping, like a shipping area where they have those big arches, that pull stuff up off the ship and things like that. So anyway, he ran into one of those arches, and like the person that was driving clearly was escaping the scene, but somebody in the car was filming. And this poor man that was in his worker vest, he was running for his little life. He was out of there. Do you hear me? Like the car, the car was going at a pretty good rate, you could tell. But my man that was running, them little short legs, he was out of there. He was like, oh no. And I thought to myself, man, they wouldn't stop and pick that dude up.
Listen.
But
I mean,
anyway, those
I
were
would like
all
to
the
think I
little
would
things.
stop, but in truth, I would probably slow down to about, five and, bruh, jump in.
Listen, he probably could have caught up if they slowed down a little bit. I mean, them little legs of his was gone. He seemed like an older dude. Um,
Yeah.
he was gone. But those little cranes started falling over, and I was like little dominoes, and I was like, oh my God, that's gotta be like terrifying. Um, yeah, I don't know what's going on. But yeah.
Yeah. So the girl that lied about being abducted, Carlee Russell was her name. Um,
Uh,
and she pled guilty.
to what?
And of, I think, uh,
Falling up?
to
Well, filing a fake. Yeah.
filing a false police report and falsely reporting an incident to law enforcement.
That's redundant.
She avoids jail time, and
Oh.
but she's getting a suspended sentence. And she'll be on probation for a year, and she has to do 100 hours of community service, apparently. So, yeah,
Fair.
yeah. Also, she has to pay the city back $18,000.
Woo!
Why?
Well,
Oh, because
because
they sent
They
out
had to do
people
an
looking
yeah,
for this
investigation.
baby.
when they deploy resources, then resources cost money.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. I know.
See? You self-righteous
Yeah.
Negroes would have defunded the police. It wouldn't have cost her as much.
well, the police keep defunding themselves, so there's that.
Mm.
Well, because they keep getting sued for violating people's civil rights. Did you see the ones in Mississippi that went to prison or got
Mm.
got found guilty recently because they went in and abducted those two men because they didn't like the fact that they were living with I think two white women. So they went in, dragged them out of the house, no warrant, no nothing, no charges, and then they held them and tortured them.
Wow.
And one of them, yeah, you didn't see that
Year is
story?
this?
No.
This is like last
I've
year.
seen it a million times, but probably not that specific one.
Yeah, well, no, it was last year because the trial just happened. Like they were just found guilty. I want to say last week.
Mm.
I think it was in Jackson. On top of it,
I mean,
but
as soon
I
as you
can't
said
remember.
it was in Mississippi, I wasn't surprised in the least, but
Well, I mean, it could have been anywhere in Mississippi. To tell you the truth.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah, six officers. They were sentenced to decades in prison for torturing the two black men, and apparently, this was their thing. Like they called themselves the Goon Squad, and they would go around, and they were known to go around terrorizing people. But the guy who was they were terrorizing one of the guys and accidentally shot him because they had the gun to him and trying to terrorize him, and then the guy squoze the trigger for whatever reason, and now all of a sudden, oh shit, we got to cover this up, and rabbit hole, and but fast forward, they were all sentenced, or yeah, I think all of them have been sentenced.
Wow.
Good motherfucking riddance.
Yeah, but how the hell anybody in that police department gets to keep their job after this? Because there's no way they didn't know this was going on. No way.
We all know how the blue wall works.
Sure.
All your ass is the snitch, but they won't do it to themselves.
Right. Exactly. And that's always my point when they be talking about, oh well, the community doesn't help us by not giving us information. Well, hell, y'all don't do it either.
Right.
Yeah, hell, and y'all the biggest gang out there. So, but
young black men, become police officers and work your way up to internal affairs.
well, no, because by that time they've drank all the Kool-Aid as well. So
I got faith in y'all.
We have a special guest that wants to say hello. Say hello.
Hi. Hey, baby.
Hey.
All right. Now you've said your hello. Hello. Say bye-bye.
That is the cutest.
Okay. Okay, and bye.
Listen, okay, that's enough of you, Fame Hog.
And lastly, as far as the current events and the elephant in the room, so the feds raided Diddy's place.
No, brother.
So, what's your thoughts on whether or not he's about to go to prison? Because it's been said that the feds don't raid you until they already know some shit.
Yes,
until they have a really good
case. Conviction
right,
rate.
They got enough to bury your behind.
Right, yeah.
Has it ever been established whether or not he made it out the country?
Oh no, they allowed him to travel. You're talking about where they stopped his jet?
Nah, I thought they did. I thought they found out he wasn't even on his jet.
Well, they stopped his jet and they got a guy that they say is his drug mule.
Oh.
And they took him into custody. So, I mean, if that's the case, he's in a lot more trouble because once the feds, once the feds have you, you finna snitch. Ask Donald Trump about that. they gonna make you snitch. Like they don't play with that. But yeah, so also the people, the federal agency that raided his mansion was Homeland Security, not the FBI. Mansions, correct. Yeah, that was a Homeland Security raid. So what does that tell you?
Drugs, sex trafficking,
baby.
Yeah, tells me drugs and sex trafficking are some charges he's about to get.
Yeah.
On a same but not so same note, Black Twitter, you niggas really keep. Oh my God, they're trying to take down a black man, and y'all didn't say anything about Weinstein and Epstein and all these other people. Motherfucker, what does that have to do with the crimes being committed?
Thank you. You know how you don't get taken down
Don't
Stop
do
doing
that
shit.
shit.
Yes. Yes. I mean, y'all.
I'm sick of people I know personally like, oh, these cops all on me and got me locked up. Niggas, you did the crime.
Right. You did
What
that
did you
Yeah.
think was going to happen?
shit.
Did you think you were an exception to the rule for some reason? I mean, I
No, you
don't.
get away with
Right.
goofy stuff long enough, you start thinking sloppily, truthfully, but oh, I'm
Yeah.
good. No, you're not. Everything that's happening dark will come to light. And
Yeah.
the
Exactly.
consequences when you decided to try it, take it like a man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, everybody wants to do what they want to do, which you can. You absolutely can. But sometimes there are consequences
And repercussions.
and just because somebody else did the same thing and didn't get the same consequences does not mean that you don't deserve the consequences
What
you
you're
getting.
getting. What you're getting. Yep.
So I don't know what that is about people. Well,
I
so and
have.
so been doing it for years and he getting away with it. Well, okay, but guess who ain't getting away with it? You. So
You.
so why would you do it?
Yeah. Shout out to the people my age, late 40s and early 50s, still out here trying to sell drugs and or rap for a living. Like, what is the end goal, my people? What are you
Right.
doing?
Well, I mean, I think the end goal is to avoid responsibility. Also, people, grown people, take responsibility for your own grown ass lives. I mean, can we all just agree to that?
Stop
Like,
blaming your parents. Stop blaming your society. It's your dumbass decisions.
stop expecting other people to conduct your life for you or to bail you out and help you when you dig yourself into a goddamn hole.
By yourself. Matter of
By
fact,
your
once
damn
you dig
self.
yourself into a hole, even if you had a crew of people who did it with you, that loyalty shit is a lie. Soon as your ass go down, you will be forgotten about. Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah,
I synced it repeatedly.
repeatedly.
Fucking honor amongst criminals. Are you stupid?
The answer to that is probably.
Definitely. Oh, I learned something this week.
What'd you learn?
Because certain shit I don't care enough to research, I thought autistic was the new word for retarded.
It
So
is.
I looked up what autistic actually means, and I'm like, well, yeah, I'm that.
Autism and I don't like the word retarded, but
I'm not
sure.
particularly fond of it, but it's a
Yeah,
scientific
they're
term.
yeah, it's not the same thing. Um,
I know that now. I'm just trying to
and
see if I can get a check for this shit.
you cannot.
That's some
Um,
bullshit.
and as much as you keep trying to say you're on the spectrum,
I looked it up. I am very clearly there.
no, you're not.
Are
I,
you a professional?
no, but I know you.
How
And
well?
well enough to know that you are not autistic. There is a difference between not wanting to deal with people, which is what you got,
That's
and
on the list.
well, it's not a want. It's not a want with autism. And by the way, not all autistic people are averse to human contact, but a lot of them are.
Okay,
And
okay,
and
okay.
it's
Hold up. I'm re-googling it right now.
okay.
Autistic people may act in a different way to other people, find it hard to communicate and interact with other people, Find it hard to understand how other people think or feel. Find things like bright lights or loud noises overwhelming, stressful, or uncomfortable.
Yes, those are all generalizations, and those apply to everybody practically. So,
That was the other funny part.
but yeah,
Look. Let me have my spectrum. I don't know where I'm at on the spectrum, but I'm on that bitch.
you are not autistic.
By definition that I just read.
You are antagonistic. You are not autistic.
Two things can be true at the same time.
I mean, sure.
Okay. Let me be multifaceted.
Okay, so examples of communication and social interaction characteristics related to autism spectrum disorder can include.
Let's do a checklist.
So, avoids or does not keep eye contact.
Check.
Okay. Does not respond to name by 9 months of age.
I wouldn't remember that.
Yeah,
Honestly, up until I was like 13, most people didn't know I could talk.
Does not show facial expressions like happy, sad, angry, surprised by 9 months of age.
How am I supposed to? You know what? I told you there was a time where I was, I think, kindergarten, where the teacher called my mother in because she said I look sad all the time. And then the next day, my mother brought my father in and went, look at his face. And she left me alone after that.
Okay, not the same thing.
How am I supposed to remember 9 months old? I see pictures from back then. I look like I was sick of these niggas.
Does not play simple interactive games like Pat a Cake by 12 months of age.
Yeah, I wasn't fucking with none of that shit. I don't know at that young of
Yes,
an age, but as I get older, like, nah.
Well, sure, nobody
never into
does
none of
as
that
they
shit.
get older.
No, even in elementary school. Why are we doing this?
Who the hell is doing that? Well, anyway, uses few or no gestures by 12 months of age. Does not share interests with others by 15 months of age. Does not
How am I
point
supposed
to
to remember shit before I got out of diapers? I need adult symptoms.
Does okay. Let's see. Let me see. Adult symptoms of autism spectrum disorder. Also,
one of the rare moments I'm jealous of the trans community. Nobody questions them, but all right, let me prove my tism.
You're so weird.
Duh.
Okay. Weird is not autistic, for the record.
By definition, kinda.
Main signs.
You don't do what everybody else does. Something's wrong with you.
Nobody does what everybody else. Anyway, main signs of autism. Finding it hard to understand what others are thinking or feeling. Yeah, nobody can do that. Okay. Getting anxious about social situations.
I get drunk, same difference.
Finding it hard to make friends or preferring to be on your own. So yeah, apparently I'm autistic too.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Seeming blunt, rude, or not interested in others while not meaning to.
God, is this my life story?
It is not. Finding it hard to say how you feel.
No, I don't find it hard to say. You motherfuckers don't get it.
Taking things very literally. For example, you may not understand sarcasm or phrases like break a leg.
It ain't that deep.
Exactly.
It was much worse when I was younger. I'm older. I've adapted to you losers.
Having the same routine every day
Pretty much.
Getting very anxious if it changes.
Yeah. I wouldn't say very anxious, but this is all stuff I developed as I got older. When I was younger, that was more of a problem. As I get older, it's just like, oh, these people on the shit they on, let them cook.
exactly. Like, yeah, I don't care about routine. Matter of fact, I'd rather not have routine. But that's just me. Other signs of autism: not understanding social rules.
Fucking prudes.
Whatever. Avoiding eye contact.
Yep.
Getting too close to other people, or getting very upset if someone touches or gets too close to you. So apparently I'm autistic because
I mean, judging by
Both of you trying
description,
to come
maybe
up
all
the
of us
chat. Tell me
are.
what's going on here.
noticing small details, patterns, smells, or sounds that others do not.
Ding, ding, ding,
I
ding,
have
ding.
I have a problem with patterns. Like busy patterns irritate me very
I have a
much.
problem with loud smells, and I can literally pick apart sounds that most people don't even notice.
Yeah, it's me with smells and patterns. Certain patterns just like I can't do it. Like like a pattern can make me angry.
You remember those pictures that like, you stare at long enough and you see some other crap? I hated those.
Oh, me too, because I always see other crap.
I never saw what the fuck was supposed to be in the picture.
Well, I don't know
Oh,
what's
I
I
wasn't
supposed
always
to
hate
be
searching
in
for
that.
where the fuck
anything.
Waldo was, none of that shit.
Oh, I find
Oh, I'm
Waldo,
real
but
good at that. Yeah, I find Waldo.
Yeah, I ain't got the patience. Fuck Waldo. He don't owe me money.
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't take me long to find Waldo. Usually,
I
I'm
finally
hated.
clicked
extremely
fuck
good.
Waldo.
Yeah, I'm extremely good at detailed puzzles like that. So,
I
like
used
those puzzles where they have two scenes next to each other, and you're supposed to see what's different about this one and that
Oh,
one.
I'm good at those, but that's
Yeah,
slightly
I,
OCD shit.
exactly,
I
exactly.
always hated the pattern that um like bubbling paint made. That used to, I don't know, for
Yeah,
whatever reason,
yeah.
like when paint like bubbles on the wall, I always hated that. Like even as a kid, I remember because we had a couple of spots in our basement that would do that, and I don't know, for some reason
It's
or another,
probably
that
lead
always
back
creeped me
then.
out. Think like a spider or something creep crawling out of it or something. I don't know. My imagination's always been wild though.
Also, I'm so OCD. I'm still to this day fascinated with the floor pattern from the original Beetlejuice movie, but I ain't got the tism.
You don't.
You just said you do. Like,
No, I
I
said
done
it in
checked off
jest.
what, like 7 out of 9 so
I,
far.
I said I do in jest.
Oh
Um,
Lord,
okay, very keen interest in certain subjects or activities.
very much
I
so.
mean, who don't, right? Um, Liking to plan things
Probably.
carefully before doing them. I'm told I'm a
Yeah.
Virgo, so I'm told that's why I do that kind of shit. But maybe Virgo is synonymous with autism. Who knows? Um, Autism in women, it says, autistic women are more likely to have learned to hide signs of autism to fit in by copying people who do not have autism. Lot of feelings on
Um,
Losers.
that.
okay.
And women tend to be quieter and hide their feelings. Uh,
I need an autistic chick.
Autistic women are more likely to appear to cope better with social situations and show fewer signs of repetitive behaviors. This means it can be harder to tell if you're autistic if you're a woman.
Cause they be lying. Oh, go ahead.
No, no, don't do that.
I'm not doing the Chris Rock bit right now. We're focused on autism.
Anyway, whether or not you're on the spectrum, you're here. So
We're
I've
happy to
got,
have you.
Appreciate
I
you.
mean, yeah,
I'll send you the link to
as,
Social Security and good luck.
long
Apparently,
as you're not in
according to
close
her, I don't
proximity,
get no money for
because
it.
apparently I'm autistic. Um, so,
Team
uh,
autism.
Y'all
so the
too.
last thing, The last thing I wanted to do was a quick little fun thing.
Okay.
And this was to list things we no longer do now that we're older.
I'm not there
Um,
yet, but I'm getting too bougie for buffets.
Oh,
oh,
I've
I've always been
always
too bougie for buffets.
been.
Um, with the exception of Golden Corral, and that's only because they bring out food constantly. Any other buffet, I have never been a buffet person. I don't. I never liked the idea of all that food just sitting there.
I don't really do the
Um,
club like that. The club was the shit in my 20s.
right. Oh, I can't even tell you the last time I've been inside a club. Um, I I no longer I no longer have long drawn out conversations with people just because they want to have them.
Welcome to the Threesome Podcast.
Yeah. Ha ha.
Just saying.
No. I mean like people in general, like people, you know what I mean? Like people will stop and try to talk to you. People, especially people you don't know. They- They're always trying to have conversations with me, and I used to indulge that bullshit. I don't anymore because I don't want to.
Yeah, a fat fuck you out to
I
people who
don't
keep trying
want.
to
I
force me
don't
to converse.
want.
Yeah.
I don't fight. Like, I'm pretty sure I can still whoop most of y'all's ass, but at this point, like, you got it. Go fucking be miserable. I'm cool. Whatever.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I don't cry over people. I don't cry over people. Back in the day, uh, you know, we had this long drawn out relationship and I love him and now we're no longer together and I have to have a good cry. No. Mm-mm. You're out. All right.
Damn.
I mean,
But wouldn't that suggest that you never really was that emotionally attached in the first place?
well, I think no. No, it's just easier for me to stop being emotionally attached. Whereas before it took me a while to get over it. Like
Sounds like autism.
like like that word closure that irritates me so much. I think back in the day I was very much focused on this idea that I needed closure and I needed time. Now I'm just like, oh well, shit happens. Moving on.
One of the things
you
I
know.
learned is one, seeking closure from the person that hurt you will never fucking happen. Get over it. The only
Yeah.
true closure is accepting, okay, that shit happened, hurt my feelings. What do I do next?
Right. And also, I'm old because I'm older, I now realize that I can love someone and not be with them.
Big one.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's not that I never loved you. It's just that us not being together doesn't hurt me as much because
Because you've
we
accepted
just
that
not
that shit
together.
just wasn't going to work.
It's just not gonna work. Right. I may still love you to death, but it's just not gonna work and ain't no sense in me crying over it. So there's
Don't have me
that.
calling names up in here.
I
All
don't
right.
think I've not I don't think since my teenage years have I ever been that person that was a closure person. Like I need to understand why. I need to know. Cause yeah, if you cared enough, you would have explained beforehand.
Or not done that
um
shit.
or not done it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
Well, when
not
I
done
say
it.
closure, yeah, when I say closure, I don't mean I'm going to ask you to explain why. No. When I say closure, I mean I needed a period of mourning to get over it. You know what I mean? Like, I,
It's reasonable.
yeah, but now I don't need to mourn. I'm just like, oh well, shit happens. Keep it moving.
I don't things that I don't do anymore. I don't drive fast like how I used to 98% of the time.
Word.
I was like such a speed demon.
Oh my
Um
goodness, so was I. And I don't drive as fast. Part of that is because I can't half see the way.
For me, it was
um,
going years without a license. I just learned to become a better driver because I was scared to get pulled over.
oh yeah, that'll do it.
yeah, and I was the idiot. I didn't care. Well, I didn't even care at the times that I didn't have a license.
Mm,
I was
I
still out
always
here
had a
driving.
license, so that was never my issue. But
gotta live dangerously sometimes.
I guess,
Yeah, I didn't have a license for a stupid, stupid, stupid reason, and I was determined that yeah, I wasn't going to be the one to rectify it anytime soon. Um,
yeah. I
yeah.
no longer um, I no longer consume alcohol in social situations just because I'm expected to.
I got to put up with people.
Well, I mean, I don't have to put up with people. I can go home.
That would
So,
defeat the purpose of a social situation.
well, but my point is, I used to, walk into a party and someone hands you a drink and, oh, okay, this is what we doing. Now, if I don't feel like that shit, I put that shit right down and I will go into a room full of people who are drinking and ask for a Sprite. I do not care.
Speaking
Did
of
I
you feel
drinking, I'm
pressure
much
to
better at
drink?
when to say when.
It
Fuck
wasn't
you
so
niggas.
much
It is not a
pressure.
competition.
Yeah, it wasn't so much pressure because first of all, me and drinking was never that big of thing because I have always had a high tolerance for alcohol. You know what I mean? So it takes a lot of alcohol to get me drunk to begin with. So the prospect of having a drink was never a big deal. So if I walked into a room and everybody was drinking and they're like, "Hey, have a drink," okay, I guess. You know what I mean? Like it was never a big deal. Now I just don't want to. I really just want a Sprite. Give me a Sprite.
Hell, I don't even want that. But yeah, I definitely don't drink like how I used to when I was younger. Because when I was younger, I was like, I mean, I was an alcoholic really that didn't go to meetings.
Schlizzer.
Yeah.
Well, alcoholics go to meetings. If you don't go to a meeting, you're called a drunk.
Well, I was a
Unfortunately.
well functioning drunk. No matter what.
Yeah,
No matter what. Even like during the time, well, the only time that I didn't really function well was when I smoked. And like like a light bulb came on one day while I was smoking. It happened just after I had called into a job, and they had pretty much like, okay, well, if you don't come in today, you're fired, pretty much kind of thing. And I was like, you know what? You're stupid. Like, you're letting this habit mess with your money. And literally, I definitely stopped smoking regularly that day. Um, I think I revisited it like a couple of more times on some social occasions or whatever, but I was just like, alcohol never did this. You know what I mean? Not for me. I know it does it for other people, but for me, I could I could drink folks under the table and still get up the next day and go to work and be just fine.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
can't do that no more.
No, I definitely can't do that anymore. But in my 20s, oh my God. Part of the reason why I think it was, though, even though I drank a lot, I've always been one to drink like huge amounts of water. Like, I love water. I probably drink maybe twice of what the average person drinks in a day of water.
Yeah.
And with that, so it, flushing it out my system maybe a little bit faster. I don't know, but I'd be drunk as a skunk the night before, get up, go to work on time, functional,
Hmm.
everything the next day, no hangover. Um, and I think I've
Yes, I
only
did
had
learn
maybe
that in those meetings. You should drink a lot of water in between alcohol.
yeah, and that was a habit from me playing sports. You know what I mean? It was just one of those things that kind of just always stuck with me. So I've always been one to drink a lot of water. But when I smoke, that made me lazy. Um, smoking just made me lazy. Like all I wanted to do was sleep and lay around. I mean, it wasn't phones to play on at that time, but play Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. Like I didn't want to do anything productive when I smoked. And I was
Mm.
like, yeah, you gotta cut this shit out. Um, this ain't gonna work. That was that.
All right,
That
people, we
was that.
pushing the hour.
Okay.
You got everything out?
Yep. What's the gym?
Sex isn't love, it's sex.
Sex isn't love and sex. Mm-hmm.
No, sex isn't love, it's sex.
Oh, sex isn't
Correct.
love and sex. Okay. Oh, rest in peace, Louis Gossett Jr.
Oh yeah, he did just die today.
Oh yeah. Rest in
Great
peace.
talent.
Mm-hmm.
Very much.
All right, I don't know
All
the
right,
time
folks.
limit. Tell friends, tell foes, tell hoes. We out this bitch. Bye.
I'm going to
Damn, that
walk
was
the
quick.
dog.